love to say that I keep talking about Black identity and history as if I'm a Black American. But here's what you need to understand. Outside of Panama, you're still Black. Inside of Panama, you're still Black too. But many times you say that, no, we're just seen as Panamanians. And while that sounds nice, what it really does is blur the conversation about race. Because the moment that you leave Panama, that identity becomes crystal clear. Suddenly, you're just not Panamanian anymore. You're Black. Now, let me be clear. Racism exists everywhere, but it doesn't always look the same everywhere. In the United States, it's more direct, it's more visible. But in places like Panama, it shows up differently. It shows up in classism, who has access, who has money, who gets opportunities. It shows up in colorism, who is seen as the standard of beauty, who is preferred, who is considered more acceptable. So even when it's not always said loud, it's still there. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about Black identity and history. Because our experiences don't stop at the borders. Now let's talk about something that most people don't know. There was a Panamanian man who played a role in the civil rights movement in the United States, and his name was Carlos Enrique Russell. Born in the Panama Canal Zone, he came from an Afro-Caribbean community that already understood inequality. And when he moved to the United States, he didn't separate himself from that identity. He connected it. He realized that the struggles that Black people were facing in the U.S. were not separate from what Afro-Caribbean people experienced back home. So in 1969, in Brooklyn, he created Black Solidarity Day, a day where Black people stepped away from work, school, and spending, just to show how powerful their presence really is. Because when you remove Black labor, you expose how much the system depends on it. That's not just a protest. That was powerful. And when I talk about Black identity and history, I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. I'm telling a bigger story. Because Black history doesn't belong to just one country. It doesn't stop at Panama. It doesn't stop in the United States. It moves. It connects. It travels with us. And whether you want to acknowledge it or not, we're part of that history too.